Hello, dear students. Once again, welcome to this YouTube channel. So, in previous topic, we have already discussed about the electric current, drift speed or drift velocity, and mobility. So, let us to discuss the term current density. Current density at a point within a conductor is the current through a unit area of the conductor around that point, provided the area is perpendicular to the direction of flow of the current. See, and this current density is denoted by symbol J, and we can write that current density as current per unit area or current divided by area. And from previous expression, we can write current density J as N E Vd, where N is electron density, E is charge of the electron, Vd is drift velocity. And in vector form, that current density and area, the dot product of these two gives electric current I, and electric current I is scalar quantity, and electric current we can write the dot product of J and A. Suppose the angle between J and A is 0, that is the flow of current, and normal to the area makes an angle 0, then simply we can write current equal to current density into area, or current density as current by area. And the SI unit of this current density is ampere per meter square. Ampere per meter square. Okay. Now we have to discuss Ohm's law. The electric current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across the two ends of the conductor when physical conditions such as temperature, mechanical strain, etc. remains the same. So this one is the conductor. If you apply the potential difference V with the help of battery, then current is flowing through the conductor. Let the current flowing through the conductor is, we can call it as I, and the potential difference applied between the two ends of the conductor is V. So if you increase the potential difference between the ends of the conductor, current flowing through the conductor also increases. So mathematically we can write current and potentials are proportional to each other. So the ratio applied potential to the flow of current is constant, and that proportionality constant is called resistance. So we can define the resistance as the ratio of potential difference applied between the ends of the conductor to the flow of current through the conductor, that is R equal to V divided by I. And if you plotted the graph of potential difference along x-axis and electric current along y-axis, so we are getting the nature of the graph is a straight line okay, linear graph will get, and the ratio remains constant. This graph is for a pure conductor. If you by taking a pure conductor and go on increasing the potential difference across the conductor, so current also varies linearly. Okay. Now the limitations of this Ohm's law. It can be applied only to pure conductors at physical conditions and temperatures. Means by keeping temperature and other physical conditions are kept constant, then only we can apply this Ohm's law, or then only we can write V proportional to I, or V by I is constant. Second one, it cannot be applied to conductor at very low or very high pressure. It cannot be applied to non-ohmic devices like semiconductor, vacuum tubes, etc. And these are called as non-ohmic devices. Non-ohmic devices are the devices which will not be obey the Ohm's law. ಯಾವ Ohm's law obey ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ ಅವು non-ohmic devices. For example, semiconductor devices, you can take transistor, diodes. These are non-ohmic devices. Next, the term ohmic devices. The electrical devices which are obey Ohm's law. Here, IV characteristics or VI characteristics of graph is linear. If you plotted the graph, voltage versus current or current versus voltage, we are getting a straight line. And example for this ohmic devices are ammeter, galvanometer, voltmeter, okay, etc. Non-ohmic devices. Just we have discussed about non-ohmic devices, means the devices which are not obey Ohm's law. Electrical devices which does not obey Ohm's law. Here VI graph is non-linear. And example for non-ohmic devices, semiconductor devices like diode, transistor, etc. Okay, note down these points. Then we go to next slide. Is it clear? Okay. Let us to discuss the term resistance. What is resistance? Resistance means opposition to the flow of electric current. The resistance of conductor or the electrical resistance of a conductor is the opposition offered by the conductor to the flow of electric current through it. And we can measure the electrical resistance as the ratio of applied potential to current. Okay, this is an expression. By using this expression, we can measure the electrical resistance of a conductor. Okay, see, resistance in terms of physical features of the conductor. Okay, the electric current I, we can calculate it in previous class as NEA VD and we have already known the expression for VD means drift speed. How to calculate this drift speed? Okay, is acceleration into time, and acceleration as force per unit mass. Okay, and we can write force per unit mass. Okay, and that force we can write charge into field, hence this VD we can write acceleration into time, and that acceleration is charge field by mass into t is time, where tau is the relaxation time for two successive collision. Okay, so now we can write the electric current as N E square A tau upon M, and this electric field we can write potential difference per unit length. So now we can write this as V by I equal to M into L divided by N E square A upon tau, and this V by I is resistance, and here these are the constants. M is mass of the electron, N is electron density, and E is charge of the electron, and tau is the relaxation time into L upon A. Further, this proportionality constant or this constant term in the expression of resistance is called resistivity. See, so we can write resistance equal to this constant term into L upon A. What is this constant rho? M divided by N E square tau is resistivity. Okay, resistivity or specific resistance. So resistance is directly proportional to the length and inversely proportional to cross sectional area of the conductor, and depends on nature of material. So resistivity depends upon nature of material and not on the geometrical dimension of the conductor. Okay, see, from the above expression, resistance equal to some constant into length by area. So as the length increases, resistance also increases. As the area increases, resistance decreases. But remember, resistivity remains same. Resistivity will be changes only when if you change the material. By taking different material, it has different value of N. N is free electron density. Okay, and relaxation time. Okay, So the unit of resistivity can discuss later, or easily we can write the SI unit of resistivity from the above relation. Resistivity equal to resistance into area divided by length. Resistance is ohm, area is meter square, length is meter. So ohm meter square by meter is ohm meter. Ohm meter is the SI unit of resistivity. Okay, thank you.